G'day guys, welcome to this practice game between our highly esteemed Australian buddy Shorttime on the German team versus reichleiterJohnson on the USA team, who is from Yankee Doodle Land. Shorttime now is sending his full squad down the centre farmland. Three on the right and one on the left. Good play. Always good to split up forces into three, as I do not stress enough at the start of the game. So he's a bit slow to go in the middle, as you can easily quite run in a guy right here and just cap it and cause a bit of troubles for the enemy, as you can do that without any chance of getting shot, because there's a lot of cover behind that building. As a bike by Shorttime coming in a bit slow, maybe a bit of lack of micro there, as Richler has capped this area. Shorttime really should just run into there, as the squad nearly gets caught out in the open, but has probably timed it exactly the right time, as that MG is reloading as it did that. So not sure if that was on purpose, Mr. Richler, but if it was, that was pretty brilliant of you to time that. As a nice full squad here of Richler is able to storm down this area here, but it's not running in yet. There's a few guys behind cover. There's only actually one guy behind cover there. As on the western front here, Shorttime is relatively unopposed. So I'd like to see Shorttime really just play here with grenades here, because it's a very low risk area to actually cap. It's just you grenading one guy to one guy. But he actually shouldn't actually do it with the assault squad leader. The assault squad leader's job is to actually stand back and do all the shooting, as he's in dangerous position here to just get killed. But it is actually doing okay, being able to kill that guy, but it is dead now, and his main firepower is gone from the very start of the game. As on the eastern flag here, Richler could have actually come here and just ran through this rock area and just taken out that guy here quite easily, but possibly just afraid just in case there's some guys in ambush, but really should try to attempt, even with two guys, to just run. Always good to test the flags, as reichleiterJohnson is testing the flag now on the western flag. Good play by him, and able to take it alone right from there. So Shorttime is not looking too good, but he's capping the middle now, so a bit of exchanging flags here, but he's also lost the western flag, so the only flag Shorttime will have at this stage is this center area, but it's actually not being guarded very well. No, it is now. He's actually reinforced it with a single by machine gunner, as reichleiterJohnson is now moving up forward to infest, but Shorttime is quick to respond very well with the assault squad here behind this stone wall. A very good place to actually guard your spawn area from being infested here. So nice move there. He's got the guys out in the open, but I think their range is a bit too far unless they're reloading. But possible chances for some nice grenades here. But reichleiterJohnson does have good positions behind this stone wall too, so Shorttime may be able to advance beyond these houses here. Move down here and grenade from behind this house there, as the middle now is still being capped by Shorttime, and the western front is now reichleiterJohnson. So looking to be a very close game here. 2-1 at the moment. On kills, it's pretty much even. Bit of a shootout here. There needs to be more grenades on the eastern front, as in the center here. reichleiterJohnson has done a good job being able to recap this with the grenades. And on the western front, nice grenade there by Shorttime, taking out the conscript squad. So he sent the conscript squad. It was a pretty good play by him, as it can quite easily. The conscript squad is really good because it is very cheap and it has lots of grenades, and their grenades can do a lot of damage, as much damage as a regular squad would. As on the western front here, excuse me, reichleiterJohnson is in a decent position to hold at the moment, with a guy behind sandbags, two guys here, but Shorttime can advance still. There's no MG cover here, so it is doable. There's not enough infantry here. I think Shorttime just needs a bit more infantry at the moment. He might have lost more than Richler. No, he hasn't. He's actually killed more units than Richler, but just doesn't have that much infantry on the field there. So he should have actually just stayed back with that SMG there, because he was capping it. Whereas here's a 2-2-2. Not really supported that well. He needs maybe a bit more infantry to run forward to actually have line of sight for it. As he's sending it alone here, just looking for that infantry support here. He needs to move that infantry around here a bit more forward, just in case, because he's running in first. He should never run first, especially in this urban kind of environment with bazookas lying in wait anywhere. But reichleiterJohnson obviously doesn't have a bazooka, and was able to to cap that by itself. So Shorttime now taking out the Western flag should really now move away from this area here because the counter is going to come any moment. He needs to come back to spawn or come back to the middle area through his spawn, as he just ran right in there very dangerously there. So it was a bad move by Shorttime doing that. He's exposing his whole area without even getting any line of sight on this area at all. So the Greyhound was able to shoot at him quite easily. Even though the Greyhound is not a great counter in my opinion, but it can counter it at max range with its 110 range and the 2-2 with the deadly 90 range, 90 yards or meters or kilometers, whatever. It is definitely not kilometers. But here is Shorttime with an assault squad now, not in a good position with the Greyhound on the field. He needs a counter such as the AT rifle or a bazooka may do, but he may not be able to get close, especially because the greenhouse is there. The bazooka just hits that greenhouse, but in a possible good shot now. He may get it, and he does. Nice shot by Shorttime and nice call. Excuse me. As on the western front, Shorttime has lost his lone infantryman guarding it, and he needs to reinforce that quickly. He would probably be best to go. Actually, all points are pretty doable by Shorttime because there's not many on this side by Rich Leader, but I think that's a paratrooper. No, it's not. Sorry, it's a SMG guy. And in the center, it's always safe to actually cap it because it's just a grenade wall where you lose a few guys. This side here looks like it's a bit more locked down than the others. There's only a few guys behind buildings which could possibly be taken out as well. So he does need to make a move on. It's 29 to 100. 29 out of 100 for reichleiterJohnson. As the assault squad leader is able to knock out about 3 guys, but has been killed as that BIR is on the field now. So the eastern flag does look pretty secure here by Rich Leader with that BIR there, and in the center it's still pretty much a grenade wall which allows Shorttime to come in here at will. He just possibly just needs a grenade, AT grenade there, just to make sure guys can't hide behind the buildings again. Or you can move an assault squad leader to just stay there as it can outcap anything. As I learned the other game, an assault squad leader actually has better capping than an airborne guy, so interesting. Anyway, reichleiterJohnson is being outcapped there, and another 2-2-2 by Shorttime. Decent buy at this stage, but Stewart has come out, and that spells the end of the 2-2-2 reign straight away, as that must have been a buy that was just, I'm not sure, lucky buy I guess, or you must have guessed right, as it's a perfect counter for that 2-2-2. If it had won a P3, a Panzer 3, that would have been dead. But Shorttime not looking good, 48 out of 100. 2 to 100 to Shorttime, sorry, and reichleiterJohnson is 49 out of 100. As Stewart gets killed by the Panzerschreck, so Shorttime is really using these guys very well. But as you've seen in Shorttime's previous games, if you've been following the 1v1 tournament, he is very slow to move with his infantry and takes a while to cap the flag, so he may stage another comeback here, which I hope will make the game much more juicy and very intense and close. As nice shotgunner play here by Rich Leader. This guy should be able to hold the front, but he's being pinned down quite well at the moment. So a full assault squad of Shorttime here has moved up, and that MG actually was able to get killed. And he gives a half track here. Should be able to take out the whole entire assault squad if supported correctly, as it has mowed down 3 troops already. No kind of counter on the field other than that the bazooka at this stage, which is probably lingering here, but here it is. I think that's it. The Brandenburger. It shouldn't actually be running at this stage. It's too dangerous, but he can possibly take up a shot. Misses. Maybe that was in DC. I think it must have been in DC because it was pretty accurate for a standing Brandenburg. Usually it flies above the half track. As Shorttime is able to secure the middle. Good play by him, finding a weakness in the line as that MG knocks out the half track driver. And the bazooka again by Shorttime takes out the Panzerschreck. So pretty damn good bazooka play by Shorttime is allowing him to stay in the game. As these Brandenburgers here with these Panzerfaust really need to stay on hold fire and stand ground. Even though they're not sneaking behind the lines, they could just be put in the front here, or here, and you can gain full sight of this flag. Put it here or here, and you get full sight of the flag without them seeing you. And even better, sneak it behind the lines and take out this damn croc, or even put it here, wait for the croc to get closer, and just shoot it right now. Boom. It would have been dead. If they had a Brandenburger right here, he wouldn't have seen it, and that would have been dead. So he needs to. People need to use Brandenburgers more, I guess, for their stealth abilities, because they are very, very overpowered from the Germans. As 80 infantry is eagerly awaiting the hull of that croc to pass by. But the airborne squad, I believe, is in the center now and is looking to punch through. If he can take this out, that croc will be quite sitting duck, but a Brandenburg could possibly quite sneak here. I would really like him to use those units more. It could be a micro issue there, because they are quite hard to micro, especially when you're attacking multiple points here, and especially when your ping is at 250 ms here. So just to give a shout out for Shorttime here, he's a bit of a disadvantage on a higher ping, but nevertheless, it does not matter too much in Men of War if it's around 200 ms, but it does count. As the croc here is expanding its side armor, but Shorttime is not opting to play the tank game at all, as these greenhouses are yet to be a pest for this 80 infantry again. It does need to move out of the way of the greenhouse, but Shorttime with a nice move there, but running the SMG guy and able to grenade and flank that croc, so he found a weakness in the actual lines and sneaked through. So nice play, infantry play by Shorttime, really nice infantry. As here's the M16 play here, I'm not too sure what it's trying to attack here, but an engine damage shot from the Brandenburg, very nice. As you can see, Brandenburgers can take up the shot before they can easily see it because of their stealth modifier. So that's one good way of using it actually in defense. As you're the USA, once the 2-pointer Brandenburgers come out, you are pretty much locked down from charging units in, because the Brandenburgers are just lying in wait everywhere. So you have to really, really resort to infantry charges first before the tanks when the Brandenburgers are out, if you're facing a player which knows how to use Brandenburgers. As here is a conscript squad here from Richland, not going to do too well, as there is a reinforcing squad, Panzer Grenadier squad, so completely outmatched here. Conscript versus Panzer Grenadiers should be like taking candy from a baby here, as they're doing a flanking maneuver here. So you can see Shorttime shooting behind the concrete wall here, concrete stone wall. Nice play there. Those guys definitely going home in a body bag. As on the western front here, what kind of infantry is this? Same as the conscript, so low MP buys, but here is a bigger MP buy, which is of the, I can't tell what's inside there. Maybe it's a ranger call. It's a half track full of men. As Shorttime is getting a 3 cap here, almost. Not quite, as the Germans are capping this area. As reichleiterJohnson is sending, let's have a look. They've got the recoils, I think. Yes, it's an airborne squad. It'll be nice if there was a grenade right there. Look at that. 1 HE round, boom. Very, very, very bunched up here. He's definitely not microing this area here, as that P3 takes out the M20 at this side here. So, decent buy here. P3 needs to just run down here now and support this flank here, take out that half track, and possibly just pin down the Rangers, as there's a full assault with the conscript squad as well. So Rangers need to be marketed a bit better. Maybe put the single MGs into the cover. Wow! See, that's a Brandenburger there. It's a Panzer Grenadier. How did he get back there? Shorttime is really finding holes in the lines where I just didn't know existed myself, as a grenade takes out the other airborne. So that's that squad down without the Panzer III support. All Shorttime needed was the infantry, as he's got the 3 cap now, 19 to 67. reichleiterJohnson with a strong start, buying the right counters at the right time. Shorttime moving his 222 carelessly. That cost him dearly at the very start. At the start of the game, you do not want to lose those counter fires, because you get set back like this, the 67-26. But Shorttime was able to be called back with that 80 infantry, and superb infantry skills, able to find holes where I didn't think there would be holes, and without even sneaking Brandenburgers, he's able to do that. As here is a squad by reichleiter, looks like of the regular kind, running into, hopefully make some impact on the western flank, eastern flank. That's a nice 80 grenade there. I like this. I like Shorttime's style here, using the 80 grenades to, I guess, lessen the micro. I mean, make it less micro intensive, so you don't have to cook the grenades, you can just throw it and blow it up straight away if it's in close range, as it does have a slower range, but it blows up on impact. And here's the Greyhound coming from Richleiter. Not too sure why he bought a Greyhound, as the P3 is a definite counter, an easy counter by a Greyhound. The Greyhound needs to move fast if it's to do damage. It needs to run in there, take out everything, then run the hell out of there, because the P3 is coming back, and he should know that. As soon as Shorttime sees that, that P3 is running to that eastern front, as that Greyhound's capability will be short-lived, as he needs to run back very, very soon. And here comes the counter of that P3. And that Greyhound, I don't think will escape. Maybe behind that hill. Yep, Shorttime drove a bit mistakenly to block himself there, but he has another shot here as it comes. And that Greyhound, he's getting dangerously close now. Very dangerously close, as the Panzerfaust does main gun it there from a Brandenburger. So Brandenburger's being used very well in defense by Shorttime, so not actually sneaking in, not infesting the area. I guess he's playing more of a defensive defense, not an offensive defense, as I do like the offensive defense better, because you can surprise the enemy and totally rout their troops, or do more damage, I guess, by going through the lines. As a croc here is a good counter for this P3, but a P3 is doing a 50-50 play. Nice range for it to do it. Bad luck there, it misses the first shot, but it has the second shot to do it. It can kill it, and it does in this range. So with a croc, you don't want to, it's more expensive than the P3, and you don't want to put in situations in 50-50 play, but I guess he's very, very desperate, as he's got a 3 cap, points are ticking down, 1 every 2 seconds, and it's over there. So good play by Shorttime, nice comeback there, and bad luck to reichleiterJohnson.